Poor Filipino teen sings Imagine. Simon can't hold his tears, loudly crying face, broken heart. Golden buzzer 2025 sparkles. The lights of the America's Got Talent stage blazed bright, reflecting off the trembling hands of a 15-year-old boy named Rafael Cruz. He stood barefoot, his worn-out jeans folded at the bottom, and a simple white shirt clinging to his thin frame. In the crowd of glittering faces and expensive suits, he looked painfully out of place, yet, when his eyes met Simon Cowell's, there was something unshakable in them. A quiet courage. Back home in the small fishing village of Cebu, Rafael was known as the boy who sings to the sea. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, he'd sit by the shore with his makeshift guitar, crafted from driftwood and fishing wire, and sing songs he learned from a broken radio. His father had once been a fisherman, but after a storm took his life when Rafael was 9, the boy became the man of the house. His mother sold fruits at the market, and Rafael sang in the streets for coins to help her buy rice. When a tourist posted a video of him singing Hallelujah barefoot in the rain, it went viral overnight. Millions watched that trembling boy with the angelic voice sing like his soul was carrying every pain, every dream. A few weeks later, AGT producers reached out, and suddenly, Rafael found himself on a plane for the first time, heading to a stage he'd only ever seen on a borrowed phone. Now, standing under those dazzling lights, he clutched the microphone like it was his last lifeline. Sofia Vergara smiled gently and asked, "What are you going to sing for us today?" Rafael hesitated for a moment, then said softly, "I'll sing Imagine by John Lennon, because it's my father's favorite song. He used to tell me the world could be better, if we just imagine it." His voice cracked slightly, and the audience went silent. The piano track began. Rafael closed his eyes. The first note left his lips like a whisper carried by the wind. Imagine there's no heaven. It wasn't just a song, it was a prayer. His voice floated through the hall, pure and fragile, yet filled with something ancient and powerful. Every word felt like it came from the heart of a boy who had seen too much sadness, yet still dared to dream of peace. Halfway through the performance, the big screen behind him flashed old photos, his father holding him as a baby, his mother laughing by the ocean, the wreckage of their old boat after the storm. Someone in the audience gasped. Rafael kept singing. Imagine all the people, living life in peace. Tears welled in his eyes as he reached the chorus. He looked up, as if singing to someone in the stars. The room was silent, not even a breath. Then came a moment that no one expected. The lights dimmed slightly, and a soft hum filled the air. The crowd, unprompted, began to sing with him. Thousands of voices joined this one poor boy's melody. The harmony rose like a wave, washing over everyone. Even Simon Cowell, known for his composure, pressed his hand against his face, struggling to hold back tears. By the final note, Rafael's voice broke, raw, trembling, but perfect. He bowed his head, tears streaming down his cheeks. For a long moment, there was no sound. Then, the audience stood as one, roaring in applause. Simon leaned forward, his voice trembling. "Rafael. I've judged this show for years. I've seen voices, talent, showmanship. But what you just did," he paused, wiping his eyes. "You reminded all of us what music is really for, to heal, to unite, to give hope." He stood up and pressed the golden buzzer. Gold confetti rained down like sunlight through storm clouds. Rafael covered his face, sobbing as Sofia ran up to hug him. The stage glittered, the music swelled, and in that moment, the barefoot boy from Cebu was no longer invisible. After the show, a reporter asked him what he would do if he won. Rafael smiled shyly. "I want to build a small music school, for kids in my village who can't afford instruments. My father always said, when you're blessed, you must share it." That clip alone gathered over 100 million views within a week. Donations poured in from across the world. A famous guitar brand offered to sponsor his music school. And when Rafael returned home months later, now a symbol of hope, the entire village was waiting by the shore, holding candles and singing, Imagine. He walked barefoot again, carrying a brand new guitar on his back. He handed it to a little boy who'd been singing in the streets just as he once had. Here, he said softly. Now it's your turn. That night, as the waves whispered under the moonlight, Raphael sat by the sea, strumming his father's favorite song. He looked up and whispered, We did it, Papa. The story of the poor Filipino teen who sang, Imagine, became more than a viral moment. It became a reminder to the world, that greatness doesn't come from fame or fortune, but from a heart that refuses to give up, that dares to imagine a better world even in the darkest times. Because sometimes, all it takes is one voice, pure and honest, to make humanity believe again.